How is everyone today? Let's come in and pull some cards and say hello and blah, 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 blah. Everyone doing good today? There we go. Well, thank you for that. Yes, so we're going to pull cards today and just chit chat about what's going on. What chaos has occurred in the world of today? Yes. How is everybody? Say hello. Say where you're from. Ask if you want a card. Just coming together. Hello. Hello, Miss World Traveler. Miss Amy. How are you today? Oops. Something jumped out. That jumped out right when you said calcination, dark night of the soul. Are you going through little challenges right now, Miss Amy? This is the dark night of the soul. You are happy to be home, Miss World Traveler. Let me see what this says. And the number is 33, which is a master number. You just came in hot. You said, yes, please, me first. Okay. Da, 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 da. Dark night of the soul. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Yes, it means you are purifying, going through it, getting that final test, if you want to put it that way. 78. Okay, and look, I opened it up. I just went to the directory, saw the page, went like that, and then there's the page. All right now. Okay, it says prepare for an ego death or shedding of your old self. This is wonderful news. Allow the ashes to fall away so that your true self remain. Did you not just come back from you went to Scotland to go to a spiritual retreat and so forth? Sounds like you planted some excellent seeds. Yes. From South Korea, Park Jin-woo. Welcome. Love that. South Korea. Have we had a South Korean on here before, Miss Amy? I don't believe we have. Welcome. You was in Wales. Okay, don't know my geography all that well, but I do know you were traveling. That is wonderful, because you know how we have been following along on the path of shedding our separate selfish self, releasing of the ego, standing in guidance of the universe. So bravo. That was an excellent confirmation, I would say. So don't push away the hard experiences or the challenges that may come your way. Know that you are pushing through your dark night of the soul, heading towards the light, because that's where we always go, right? Every time we open our eyes, we wake up in the light. Yes. So, how is everybody today? We got folks from the UK, folks from Korea, South Korea. Where else do we have visitors from? Guests and family and kin. And who else would like a card? I am going to be talking about what's going on here in these U.S. Average something. Even the mosquitoes fly to the light. Yes, so do moths, but is that a good thing? We all go to the light. We are light. We go to the natural element of ourselves. So, of course, we're always searching to go for the light. You can't see your way out around in the dark. You go for the light. So, yes. Anybody else would like a card? Did you guys hear? And thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the new subscribers. And those that have not, you know, all you got to do is just go to the little button that says subscribe and push it, and it's going to just miraculously turn to subscribed. And go ahead and push that like button as well, because you know you're going to like what you hear. You always do. Yes, you do. Do you want to hear what Diaper Dawn's latest attention-getting thing is besides releasing more National Guard? Welcome, new piece from London. We will go ahead and say Trump is talking about, he's thinking about reclassifying marijuana. Y'all better leave that man alone so he can think. President Trump got a big decision to make. He's really trying to train. Look over here, look over there, as he releases National Guard into Washington, D.C., and then says that he plans on doing it in other cities around the United States. Yo, it's like he's trying to do chess moves, strategically place National Guards throughout the United States and keep it under the rotation of the 30 days. That way he doesn't need congressional approval, because it's not over 30 days. So he'll keep a rotation of the National Guard going throughout these different cities in the United States for his reason of lowering crime. He's trying to get people out in the streets. He's trying to get people upset and riled up now, because we're coming closer and closer to a midterm election. And remember now, if he can declare martial law, some type of civil war or so forth, then they will not, what's the card whispering? Then they will not be able to have the elections, because after all, the cheating is apparent in everybody's face. I watched something. Somebody said, do you remember when Diaper Don called Georgia, here in the state of Georgia, and asked for the 11,000 votes? And then they said no. But yet now they call Governor Hot Wheels in Texas, and he says, give me a minute, Mr. Diaper Don, President Diaper Don. I'll turn on my turbo mode and we'll get right to it and give you the 5 seats that you are requesting. Ask a question, absolutely. Because this man is just doing what he wants to do. And if you can't see that that is cheating, redrawing the lines, that's what they do. Redraw the lines, the districting. I listened to somebody else who was from Texas, and they were saying how Texas really is purple. It's not just a deep red state, but it's just the fact that they keep drawing the lines and doing it in the deep blue areas, that it doesn't give the balance that is needed for a fair vote. If he feels the people are for him, then just sit down and just let people vote and stop trying to redraw the lines. My goodness. But yeah, and so other folks can leave the state when they don't want to vote, or a mess. The Democrats have left, and there's no voting for something that shouldn't be a vote in the first place. Just chaos and confusion. Just chaos and confusion. That's all he's just. Anyway, yes. But I thought that was funny that he said that he's thinking about reclassifying marijuana. Go ahead and do that. You want people to love you, go on and do that. Make flower power. This is the repeating of the 60s after all, flower power. But I learned something new. So, you know how we talk about the different lives of Jesus? And I just love my Jesus, because he's just had some amazing lives. The more and more I learn about him, the more and more I love him. So, in his past life of Thoth, we've talked about Thoth before, in his reincarnation. Yes, everything you want to hear. It was Thoth that said to smoke, take some marijuana, flower power, a hit or two, for the opening of your consciousness, for receiving messages, for it is encouraged. Come on now, make that reclassification, because even Jesus says that you should smoke it. And then to find out that in temples, in these archaeological digs, the ritual, that there has been marijuana that has found as part of the herbs in these archaeological digs all this time. And did you ever, yes, it's, I've just encouraged my flower. You're flying. Is that you, girl? Girl, Miss Amy, if you don't come down here, flying around there like that. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Open up. Woohoo! Open up and receive. And when you do it, from what I've learned lately, when you do it, don't just do it for the purpose of relaxation, because there is an assignment that goes with it. It's kind of like salt. Salt has an assignment to its creation. Um, but when you assign your intention before consuming it for what it is, the outcome that you want, then that is the outcome that will be gained. Because if you take it just for the purpose of, let's say, relaxation, then you're going to get more relaxation, because that's the assignment that you place to it. If you intention is everything. Absolutely. Got to intend, because that's what manifestation is. You got to have your thought of what you desire to create. So think about these things. Did you guys see that big old head that they discovered in Egypt? It when because I seen the image of it, and then when I was looking at the picture of this gigantic head that they have found, I intended to forget and well, let's reassign that and send the intention of remembering, because you remember now, you got to remember who you are. That's the reason you came here. You did agree to forget, but you have to remember the entirety of who you are. Remember now, when we close out our statements, part of our statement is, I am all that I am. So if we break that down in the all that I am remembering all that I am. I am being all that I am. I am creating all that I am. I am fulfilling all that I am. Be all that you are, and do it in its remembrance, because you are wonderful. You are something to remember. You're unique, and there isn't anybody walking this earth that is you, that has what you have to bring to this magnificent tapestry of life, of what we have come here to do. So as you remember who you are, stand in your greatness, in your creation, in your intentions, in your manifestation of being all of who you are. So remember everything, and then celebrate that remembrance. I mean, after all, even you going through the dark night of the soul right now, per the card, is saying that, hey, you are awakening into something new. Remember, you are anew every day, and you are newly remembering all that you are. So I celebrate your remembrance. I celebrate my remembrance. Let me tell you, I did the same thing, used it, put it to the test with my intention of remembering with it. Okay, so of the healing technique, generational line. Oh, Miss Pebbles, thank you. Let me tell you something. That moment in time that we experienced all together, that you brought a tear to my eye, you and Miss FF, because I do not do emotions well in public. And that was a moment in time. That will be a moment in time. So after this, it's celebration. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Amy. I appreciate you to the moon and back. Yes, I do. Where was I? I appreciate you so much. Um, Remembering who you are. Yes, see, I just remember what I was saying. So I put the test of the flower power, and with the intention of remembering my childhood, remembering my mother, just the remembrance and the knowing, and anything that I needed to forgive consciously. And I remembered, and I have to say that it was my mother speaking, but she would say to me, used to call me scatterbrain all the time when I was little. She used to call me scatterbrain, and I never knew what that meant. I get it now, but just for the simple fact, I remembered what she used to call me, and she always used to call me scuttlebutts. The remembering, Put it to the test. And the remembrance for me hasn't like opened like a floodgate, but it's trickling in little by little by little, the remembrance, because we have a different perspective always as we walk through life. And you really should have a different perspective as you grow in wisdom and see things that differently than you did as a child. You are welcome, Miss Amy. Thank you for reminding us to remember who we are, because we are divine beings after all. Yes. Remembering our past lives, remembering them for the purpose of how can it benefit me today? Not for flooding my mind, not for fluffing my ego, because we are on the track of releasing our ego, releasing what no longer serves us, right? Being the benevolent beings that we are, because it is so easy right now to like, oh my God, where is the benevolence in this world right now? Because people have really gone off the rails. They have forgotten who they were. So we send remembrance. Join me right now. Let's take a moment. Let's have a magical witchy moment. Okay, let's send the energy of remembrance to the souls upon this earth. Okay, so that's our assignment. So we're going to quiet ourselves. We're going to take 3 deep breaths in the box form, which is breathe in for 4, hold for 4, release for 4, hold for 4, breathe in for 4. We're going to do 3 rounds of that, and I'm giving instructions now so that I can be right with you. And then while we are breathing from our heart space, okay? In and out with our intention right here. You're counting, you're breathing in and out of 4 at the box of 4. Intention set here in your heart, breathing in and out of your heart, okay? And then after we get there, then we're going to send the thought of gratitude, send the thought of joyful, happy. We're raising a vibration. And then after that, with our intention from our heart, we are going to send remembrance to every soul upon this earth, remembering who they are in the most benevolent way. Okay, instructions clear? Yes, yes, yes? Good. All right, let's go. I'm going to start with 3 rounds of box breathing of 4. One more round. Now let's send to our thoughts gratitude, joy, happiness, love, thankfulness, raising our vibration. Now, together, from our hearts, let's send the intention of remembrance. Remember who you are in the most benevolent way. I send the intentions of remembrance to every soul upon this earth. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. Remember the divinity, the love and light that you truly are. Yes. All right. How did that feel, everybody? It is that simple. It is that simple. And I send angels on assignment to go forth with our intentions to bring forth the remembrance to every soul upon this earth of who they really truly are in the most benevolent way. And I say thank you. Yes. Yes. Breathing in and out through your heart. Your head is a buzzing. Yay. You say, I look like your mother. Hey, sis. Hands. Yes. So in the breathing in and out of the heart, the intention of taking your breaths in and out of your heart, I've been doing that throughout the day when I think about it. Just taking my deep breaths in and out, my heart, the intention of breathing from a heart space. Because remember, oh, your hands are buzzing. Oh, you're buzzing really all over. That energy is flowing. Yay! Drink some water. Drink some water. Is it wrong if we keep things on a benevolent level here. A benevolent level. Drink your water. Balance. We send love to our water around here. We send love and light. Gratitude, thankfulness for the nourishment the water brings, the balance. Yes, respect. Give respect, you get respect. I send love and light to everybody, and I send benevolence, okay? This is a benevolent space. Yes. Thank you for communicating. Thank you. It will take longer for some to remember. You know, everybody is on their path. Everybody gets to the same location when we all die. We all get there when we get there. However, we all have our own personal journey. Some take the highway, some take the scenic route. Some got to go all through the back roads and over the bumpy and rocks and get a flat tire and have to change it and just have to go through every freaking experience in life. But eventually we all get there in our way, in our own way. For we all, there are as many different opinions upon this earth as there is people. So therefore, our direction could not be the same, and it could not be the same way. The messages could not be given or received in the same way. However, we all do it in our right timing, at the right time. We all go through life. I know there is many a times that you feel like this is it, but I will say it again and again and again. The universe has never dropped you off on the side of the road and said, walk from here. You have had angels with you since the time of your conception of your soul, since the time of conception of on this life, and in every life that you lived. All to experience and grow, because not everyone can awaken in the same way, in the same amount of time. We have lived hundreds of lives, some more than others, simply because one reason or another, whether it's to come back to help from those who have reached enlightenment, for if you've reached enlightenment in one life, you will continue to enlighten in each life that you choose to incarnate in, because you never, ever, ever go backwards. We always move forward. So in choosing to come back here to help, I believe a lot of people have come in here, have chosen to come at this point in time for this miraculous time. We're all witnessing history. We're witnessing one cycle to another. We are all playing a role, and I believe there are more enlightened beings right now, but they're not playing a high benevolent role, so to speak. They're playing, for an example, there's this man out there, look him up. I first saw him on, what's that, Jeff Morrow, is that his name? He does, people come on with NDEs, it's a podcast. His name is Kenneth McDonald, I think. Now this man, I think the people who have NDEs that have the hardest lives, the most brutal lives, the most, not the weak. Mr. Rogers would not be able to live his life, nor would Mr. Roger be able to speak to a man of the life that he lived. Anyway, through prison and he ended up in prison at a very, very young age, had the most incredible NDE. He spoke of how every lie he told, he had to, his mouth burned and so forth. He just went through it, but now he is doing nothing but, in his version, he speaks on a Christian level. Okay, I get it. You have to have the filter that's going to reach the person who has that filter. For those who have Christianity, he now has the filter to reach those whom have the Christian acceptance. Those who have the Buddhist acceptance or whatever. Here, grew up with Christianity. I grew up in the church, and I have shed those religious beliefs, and I'm walking spirituality. And now I speak to the person who is going to understand me on my level. And those that have lived the life of Christianity or in the life of Christianity, I can relate to you because I have experienced it. I know it. And therefore I speak from a space of knowing. And so when you speak of people, not everybody's going to remember. People are going to remember when it is time for them to remember, how and at what point in time, including what soul level contracts that they have to still fulfill. It is such, we live in a symphony. We live in a tapestry, a woven tapestry. And you, as a single thread in this magnificent tapestry, without you, it'd be incomplete. And so even the threads in the tapestry, sometimes they're shown, sometimes they're not shown. But when it all, no, excuse me, not but, however, when the threads, the many threads come together and they're woven in and out and they create this amazing picture, that's us. I know, isn't that a lot that I said? So, obviously I'm flowing today. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? I didn't stutter, stammer, stumble, nothing. When I do that, that's intuitively flowing for me. That's how you know when I'm in the zone, because I will flow without searching for a word. It's true though, absolutely. No, I'm not on Instagram. I'm technically challenged. Yeah. So I'm doing great right here at YouTube. I've closed, I don't do Facebook. I don't do Instagram. I don't do TikTok. I'm good right here. It's like, now, I'm not opposed to the other platforms as I grow. And that will take a little bit of, I'm not ashamed to ask for help and assistance when I get to that point. And look, with my videos, there's enough of them. I swear I can put them together, take out all the little bloopers, and make a whole hour video of nothing of bloopers, including videos where I was all the way to the side through the whole video. Right, Miss Amy? I said, this one I delete. This one does not stay. I just come on to share. Who would like a card? Any questions anybody has? I know I said I was going to come on and talk about, you like the bloopers. You know what? I have to laugh at them myself. If you can't laugh at yourself, what can you laugh at? And you know what? The more laughter you have in your life, I believe that's a sign of growth, because I've heard that most monks and so forth, they have real high sense of humor. They love to laugh. So that's a high vibration, right? Lord knows I love to laugh. Yep. Oh, let's see what that is. That one jumped out. So this one would be, can I get a card? Did you look, this just jumped out. Can I get a card on the what I do next, please? All right. So what you gonna do next is, since you said this, we got Black Moon and Lilith and Leo. Allow your light to shine. You see that? That's what it says. Allow your light to shine. I've said it before and I will say it again. Be the badass that you are, because you are definitely, girl, that light is so bright. I think I need to put my glasses on in a minute. Just shining. Be the light who you are and trust yourself and trust what it is that is coming to you. You have a wonderful gift of writing. Write it down. Write it down simply because that's what you should do, everybody. But Miss Pebbles, write it down because it is the gift that you have. Listen to what is coming to you and trust yourself. For you have an amazing message to share. You have an amazing message to share. Yes, you do. I had something that came to me about you, and now I'm trying to recall what it was. I saw you sharing your writings. You were, wow, Miss Amy. Okay. You were sitting with somebody, and it was like in an interview type situation, but you had writings, you had poetry and stories, and I think you were highlighting a book. Now you can shoo me away if I'm wrong on this, but it felt like what I saw, you were sharing your writings. Trust yourself. You have a light to shine. Yes, you do. Yes. Yes. Thank you, universe, for bringing that back to my remembrance. There, see? But then, yeah, I saw it. In fact, I think it. When I first saw it, I wondered, was this her show? But it was enough to where you felt comfortable enough to come out and share all that you had written with the world. Huh. About what? Well, what is a darkness for one is a light unto another. So, in entertainment, you know what my opinion is on TV and movies and series and so forth like that? I have a theory that we, in our past lives that we have, not only is it for growth and development and so forth, and being an encouragement and growth to another person, because we are not here alone. We are here as one together, because we are as one. Anyway, if you've noticed how, and even scientists have verified it, how time is speeding up. So I have this theory of when we get into a movie or when we get into a series and like we really get into it, or a good book and we love it. I threw in the good book for the book readers because I'm not a book reader. I'm a watching TV series reader. That how you have the tendency to really get into it and feel the energy of it. I have a theory that is us being able to live a life quickly, because we're not living the lives, we're not incarnating like we used to or will not be, because I feel personally we're the population of the earth is getting ready to decrease. I still stand on it. I still see the population of the earth like half, but I just don't know when this will take place. Anyway, with time speeding up, and then we got these amazing movies and stories and miniseries and so forth, and you immerse yourself in it, those that have a feeling of, oh, I wasted my time, or oh, I'm putting all of my time into this show and I need to be doing this or doing that, release that and try to give the comfort of, it was a short life that you lived. You had an incarnation, a little mini incarnation. You incorporated it in this life, just doing it, having more experiences. Is that making sense? But it's just my theory, and it's, so give yourself some comfort, release any guilt, And I say the word guilt because when I was growing up, we weren't allowed to watch TV during the week. We could only watch it on the weekends. My mother was very, very strict. And when we did watch TV, she would always say, watch something educational. We just couldn't sit and watch for the purpose of entertainment. And it took a lot for me as an adult when I, was able to make my own decisions to make myself sit there and watch a movie. It was a challenge that I had to go through, and it was a growth that I had for my life. So in that experience, I share it with another person, release that guilt, and just enjoy yourself. Enjoy. I was holding that coffee in. Hey, Miss Andrea. Somebody asked, was I married? No. I'm in a happy relationship with the most supportive partner that the universe could have ever given me on this soul journey. Welcome. It's really good seeing you, Miss Andrea. I love it when you all stop by, say hello. List where you guys are from. Let the rest of the world know who they are chit-chatting with. We got Wales, no, excuse me, UK. I'm Georgia. We got South Korea, Ohio. Hey, the one, where you from, the one? I love your little candles. You've been lighting candles. Let's give the London baby. Been lighting the candles. Anybody else want a card? Oh, another UK. Okay. Manchester. I'm not real tight on my geography for the area. I have a general idea. Yes. Just general. She said, all right, neighbor. Anybody on here watch Outlander? It's not candles. It is flower I painted. Oh, well, there you go. It's flower power. Anybody on here watch Outlander? It is my show. It is the show that, they be testing my nerves. But they just did, they've done 7 seasons. Okay? Light it up, baby. Light it up. Be the flower power. Let's do the 60s. Let's start a nice garden around here. Flower power for days. They have 7 seasons out, and then they split the last season up in 2 parts and made us wait for part 2. That's how good that series is. But you made it through? Oh, well, they just started Blood of My Blood, and I was trying to wait. I said, no, I'm going to wait. I tried. So they did 2 episodes out, and boy, are they good. I thought it was going to be like Game of Thrones and how they did House of Dragons and how far back they went, and I had trouble keeping up with whose house is who and who what and the who Dracarian and Valerian, and so, but this wasn't like that, and because I was disappointed with House of Dragons. He said no thank you. So those of you who are Outlander fans, I give 2 thumbs up thus far for Blood of My Blood, because they've already recorded season 8 of Outlander, but have not released it yet. Instead, they're releasing Blood of My Blood, and I think that there's 2 seasons of that. I think I could have just spread it a lie, but they're going to do Blood of My Blood before releasing season 8. The tease. But it's so interesting, so check it out. And what movies have I watched? I've watched some good ones. I finished off Matlock. I had that one on the back burner. I finished that one off yesterday. Me and Jason, we just went on and binged it. So, yeah, but I'm going to be... Okay, also, too, just a FYI, so the book that I read and how I have some... Yes, you were born a light. How I have some of them live, and I said I'm going to reread them so that I can promote those in video forms. So when those videos come up, it's not that I've put something new up about the book. It's just a re-recording of it so that I can then start the promoting of videos, because I can't promote lives. I can't market them in the background. And I've put in my application for an affiliate to Alka Herbs. You know how I talk about Alka Herbs, how I get my herbs. I just ordered some Sabian Basics from there, and I ordered like my Botana oil, but the Botana oil shampoo. But I encourage you guys, whether I become an affiliate or not, alkaherbs.com, you can go on there and all the, in fact, let me just quickly get one thing so that you can see. All right, I'm back. Okay, so this is the, okay, alkaherbs.com. And this is the one that I just got, the Sabian Basics. But if you can see on the side here, how it lists what it's good for. Is that the side? Yeah. Every herb up there, it'll name all the different things that it is good for. So you can just go on there just for research if you wanted to. But this particular one, it has sea moss, bladder wrack, burdock root, saprophyllus root, and elderberry. And it's good for revitalizing the body, rebuilding cells, strengthening cells, blood cleansing, immune system, iron levels, and it has 102 minerals. So this is one of the things that I take on a daily basis, in addition to moringa. I've talked about this one, and this is a superfood. Y'all need to be, and I'm sharing this with you. This isn't for my benefit. This is for your benefit. This is what I do. This is for all for entertainment purposes. I am not a doctor. I am not telling you what you should and should not be doing, but this is what I do for boosting my immune system. Okay. Now the moringa, so if I become an affiliate, then I'll be putting that up, and then any herbs that you can purchase, I know that they're good. I was using it before I found out that I could become affiliate, and now that I'm able to do it with my channel. So FYI. And then the moringa complete superfood, it has the vitamin C, iron, minerals, all the folic acids, calcium, potassium. It's a blood stabilizer. It's it's good for inflammation. It's like everything that your body needs. It's got more vitamin C, 7 times more vitamin C than an orange, 49 more iron than spinach, just a lot. Okay, so FYI. Yeah. So anything else that I need to cover? Any questions or anything? I don't want to keep you, because I know I'm just chit-chatting. But when I do come back on, I'm going to be working a lot these next couple of weeks. But so I don't know if I'm going to be do a collective call. I don't know if I will be coming on to be able to do another live, like within the next week type thing. But I will be putting videos up just because of time's sake, and so on and so forth. Even today had to be perfectly timed to be able to, you know how it goes when you're just shifting and adjusting. You got to do shift and adjust just to, put a little resistance, challenge to life. All right, let me focus. Angels, guides. I'm asking for a card for the collective. What message would you have for the collective? It says, Black Moon, Lilith in Sagittarius, free yourself. You hear that? This is the card for the collective. Free yourself. Free yourself. Mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. Free yourself. There is nothing holding you back but you. Welcome your challenges because they make you stronger. They give you strength. You become wiser. You know what to do, what not to do. Yes, you amazing, amazing divinity beings out there. So, thank you for coming along. Thank you for the super chat. I am grateful. I truly, truly am. Thank you for chit-chatting. Thank you for meditating with me and seeing how you can send energy to other people because we are all connected. Choose your words in clarifying who you are, in the all that you are, in the remembering that you are. Free yourself. Thank you for everything. Thank you. So, let's all say it together, all right? I am love. I am light. I am all that I am. And so are you. So until the next time, have the most benevolent day.